Hello, my name is Becky Emmerich, and I have been with Wisdom Builders for now my 10th year. I've been as a tutor as well as a parent. Three of my kids have graduated from high school, and my youngest is currently going into 10th grade. And as we start a new school year, Donna just asked me to cast a vision of Wisdom Builders. What is Wisdom Builders, and what is Wisdom Builders for us as parents? So first of all, I want to say that we have basically four sections when we think about educating our children. Think of a table with four different legs. There are four different parts of this puzzle that we're looking at today. And the very first part, the very first main structure of this tower is the parents. You, as the parents, are educating your kids at home. In fact, the definition of homeschooling is the education of children at home by their parents. And that's never been more true than it is now. You, as the parents, are the teachers, you're the educators, you're the principals, you're the diploma givers, and you're the grade givers for your children. In fact, all decisions when it comes to things, education regarding your kids, belong to you. And so when you're trying to make all of these decisions, they are yours to make. No one else needs to make them for you. Between you and your spouse and God, you get to decide the education path for your child and all the intricacies that go along with that. Also, it is your responsibility as parents at Wisdom Builders to ensure that your kids are doing all of their work completely and honorably. So making sure that things are done on time, that they're completed, that they're turned in, that there's no cheating involved, that falls on the responsibility of the parent as the teacher and as the principal and as the parent in the situation. And the second level in this organization are the tutors. So we tutors are independent contractors who are paid hourly to assist your kids in certain subjects. We are not full-time teachers. We are simply there as an aid, as a help. We can help with scheduling of a course. We can help with content. If some of it might be confusing or you're not as comfortable with it, we can be a place to ask questions. However, there are some situations where group tutoring isn't working for a kid, and a kid really needs additional help outside of this group tutoring session. So at that point, I would recommend looking into maybe getting a private tutor, paying for somebody outside of this group tutoring. And you might find that if that's the case, Wisdom Builders has contacts with people who can help with reading, writing, science, math, all of that, if you find that 1 hour of group tutoring isn't quite enough. Sometimes these tutors will provide rules for their classroom. The rules will include who proctors tests. Maybe as teachers, you'll need to edit your children's writing. Maybe you'll have books that you need to read aloud to your kids during the week. Oftentimes, you're going to need to continue that content for the rest of the week. So look at it as a tutor might get a chapter started, but it's your responsibility to make sure that science or that history or that reading gets continued on the other 4 days of the class. So we can't look at Wisdom Builders 1 hour a week as a replacement for an entire week of classes. So make sure that you understand that as the parent and as the teacher, you're still going to have responsibilities during the week to home educate your child. So then we also have Wisdom Builders. So we have the parents, we have the tutors, and then we have Wisdom Builders, which is this beautiful organization that pulls all these tutors together in one place. It would be so much harder as a parent to drive your kid to a math tutor and then drive them to a science tutor and then drive them to their reading and writing tutor. Instead, Wisdom Builders has provided them all in one location. It's an a la carte option, so you can choose the different classes that you need specifically for your kid, as opposed to the ones that you just want to do on your own at home. But then it also provides group tutoring, which means you get a discounted rate. If you've ever looked into private tutoring, it's expensive. And so the fact that you get a group rate for this group tutoring all in one location is supposed to just make it easier on the parents to get the help they need while they're home educating their kids. Now, what Wisdom Builders does provide is the location. They provide the group rate. They do all of the payroll, but also they ensure that the content that is being provided is faith-based. So they screen their tutors to make sure they love the Lord, that they love kids, and that the content they're presenting is honorable and faith-based. So Wisdom Builders has their own rules, which are set up in order for the students to be respectful of the tutors and the students to be respectful of each other. Now, to some people, the rules are not enough. They wish there were more rules. And other people think the rules are too tight. Like there should be less rules. And you're going to have that in any kind of an organization that you are a part of. And so you need to decide with your family if the rules of Wisdom Builders and as they're presented regarding dress code and respect and attendance, if that fits with your family. And if not, maybe private tutoring is the way to go. But I've personally found that Donna Rollins seems to handle things very reasonably, and she really just wants us to respect each other and to respect the other children. And then finally, we have Grace Church. So this is our new location. That's the place that provides the location for us to meet. And you guys all know what a huge answer to prayer this is this year. So they are providing space, but then they also have their own building use guidelines. So they're going to have guidelines regarding parking, for example, or guidelines regarding drop off or pickup, because they have their own insurance they're dealing with keeping the kids safe, and different building usage requirements, which we'll be figuring out this year. And so that's kind of the fourth tier. All of these come together to ultimately help your kiddos, to help your students succeed. We want to be able to give them a model of people loving Jesus and working together to create the best education experience that we can for them. That comes by honoring each other and respecting each other. I want to reiterate that Wisdom Builders is not a replacement for private and public schools. I've had this conversation with people so many times, both tutors and families. You can't expect your child to come to 1 hour a week of a class at Wisdom Builders, which I like to consider not even a class, a tutoring session, and get everything that they need for the whole week. You're home educating your children, so this is not a drop-off replacement 2-day-a-week hybrid school where you can drop them off and be hands-off. No, you as parents need to be hands-on with this situation. And depending on the student and their maturity level and their responsibility level depends on whether or not you can be completely hands-off, like I was with some of my high schoolers, and then completely hands-on, which I've been with some of my high schoolers. We're here to be a help for your homeschool journey. I have found my experiences at Wisdom Builders to be so invaluable for the tutors that they've gotten to know, for the kids that they've gotten to know, the relationships that they developed, the content that they've learned, the place where they can go and ask questions and make friends and deepen their understanding of God and how God is involved in this entire world. It's been amazing. I have loved every minute of it. And I'm honestly really looking forward to this 2024 school year. Here's my encouragement for you. It's Galatians 6:9. This is because I know as a homeschool mom, the journey can be hard and the road can be long, but as I am nearing the finish line, here's my encouragement. Do not grow weary in doing good. The work you're doing is good, but at the proper time, you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. So parents, we're approaching a new year. I pray that God, in his great mercy, will fill us with encouragement and enthusiasm to do the good works that he's prepared for us to do. And I pray that we would be united by the power of the Holy Spirit, who wants nothing more than to see a unified church body. Thanks so much.